Let's go over Disney's exciting plan for the future of the Star Wars franchise. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, as you all know, the future of this franchise seems to be very expansive, with tons of projects currently in the works. We have Rian Johnson's new trilogy, the creators of Game of Thrones and their set of Star Wars films. We have the live-action and animated TV series, as well as a handful of anthology films. However, when it comes to Disney Star Wars, there have been a lot of changes over the years. And one of the things that they have been ignoring is prequel trilogy content, and that is about to change, starting off with Solo: A Star Wars Story and beyond. So Disney's plan for the future of the Star Wars franchise, at least for now, is to keep on implementing as much prequel trilogy content into their movies as possible. Now, in the beginning, starting off with The Force Awakens, you guys may have heard this many years ago, that they wanted to stay as far away as possible from any prequel trilogy references or any kind of visual content at all whatsoever. However, they actually had a change of heart with Star Wars: The Last Jedi and took baby steps toward that goal, where they would mention Darth Sidious in The Last Jedi and even go over the whole entire story of his rise to power and how the Jedi became extinct. Now, looking at the future with Solo: A Star Wars Story and beyond, it said that prequel trilogy content will be entering into that movie, Star Wars Episode 9, and even Star Wars 2020. Now, we also have heard that Solo: A Star Wars Story does in fact have a huge connection to the prequel trilogy, so that in and on itself makes a whole lot of sense. As far as Episode 9 goes, this also fits right into the puzzle here. We have heard before, about 6 months ago by J.J. Abrams, that Episode 9 will have a lot of prequel trilogy continuity and will serve as a film that will tie all 9 movies together in one. With that film, when it comes to prequel trilogy content, one thing that I really do want to see is perhaps a Hayden Christensen Anakin Skywalker Force Ghost next to a Luke Skywalker Force Ghost, as well as Yoda, Obi-Wan, you name it, maybe even Qui-Gon, maybe all of the Force Ghosts that do exist. They could very well do a whole ton of stuff in Episode 9. As for Star Wars 2020, which is going to be the Kenobi movie, they could very well take advantage of Qui-Gon Jinn's Force Ghost. And I've gone over this numerous times before, that one plot element that should be used in the Kenobi movie is that Obi-Wan is training with Yoda remotely, and Yoda's essentially teaching him of how to commune with Qui-Gon Jinn once again, to actually be able to see him and talk to him in the form of a Force Ghost. That is something that I think that Disney will take advantage of if they plan on introducing prequel trilogy content in their new movies in the near future, starting off with Solo: A Star Wars Story. Now, as for the Han Solo movie, I'm not quite sure what they will be doing, but Episode 9, I believe it's a given that it has to do with a certain character, specifically, maybe even perhaps Anakin Skywalker. We do know that they introduced Yoda in the form of a Force Ghost, which was pretty cool. Why not do Anakin Skywalker? So, looking at the future of this franchise, it's really nice to hear, and I know a lot of you guys out there may not like the prequel trilogy, specifically Episode 1 and 2. I myself will say that I enjoyed Revenge of the Sith the most out of all 3 movies, and Episode 9 could very well be the same exact thing with the sequel trilogy. Maybe The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi will be seen as lesser movies in comparison to Episode 9 for all we know. We'll have to wait and see. But looking at the future, guys, it's really nice to hear that prequel trilogy content will be entering into these movies, visually speaking now, and that they're actually going away from those baby steps that they were taking, and now will be unveiling that, starting with Solo: A Star Wars Story, Episode 9, and Star Wars 2020, which is the Kenobi movie. Now, anyways, guys, let me know what you think about this. What kind of prequel trilogy content do you expect to see in Solo: A Star Wars Story, Episode 9, and the Kenobi movie? Drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about that. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.